had a check engine light go on the other day, so I went to Advanced Auto and they hooked me up to a computer and found I had 10 faults, and they were all for the O2 sensor, bank 1 and bank 2, which is the upstream. So the truck it was all stinky because it would stall out and be all rich and be all gassy and stinky. So I'm going to go and replace those. So let me go get some tools and get to work. Alright, so upstream is catalytic converter. Go up, and there is the upstream one on bank 1. The downstream one is right at the top of the catalytic converter. We're not changing that. We're changing that guy right there. So first thing I want to do is confirm I have the right one by unplugging the wire to it and just making sure I have the right one, because this year they had 2 different kinds. Or sorry, they had, what's that leaking? Oh, it's just water. They had the first part of 2011 they had one kind, and then the second part of 2011 and on they had a different kind. So they gave me the one that they thought it was. So I'm going to pull this apart and see if it is. After confirming it was the right wire, I just cut it so I can get the box end wrench over it, and with some heat, I just heated up the pipe and then PB blaster on that, and it frickin' came right loose. So I'm just gonna spin this off real quick, try not to burn myself, and then get the other one installed. Get back to you in a minute.
So should I make some donkey noises?
Sure. So here's the new O2 sensor. They come with the end on it here, and on the threads is some sealant or never sees. You don't want to get it on any of this part. So before you make sure that you're ready to put this in before you pull this cap off. Go ahead and reinstall this one. It says 35 foot-pounds of torque. I believe that's about 1 vein in your neck tightening. So we're going to go with that. And then plug it back in. We are on the other side. I'll try to take a better video of this side. Here is your part number. Let's see, where is it? Here's your part number. It's a Bosch, right? Yeah, it's Bosch. No, that's not the part. That's the part number. I don't know what that number is. Anyways, these are expensive. These are 135 bucks a piece. So I wanted to make sure, and it is the issue. So I'm going to go ahead and, judging by the other side, I'm going to have to use some heat and just try to stay away from anything. Well, everything's wrapped up and heat tape and everything, so we should be good. But I'm going to heat just the flange parts, or is it right on the exhaust, right there. And then spray some PB blaster at it, and then get a 7/8 wrench on there and see if it'll knock loose. That one did. There's a little bit more room over there, but I was able to crack it loose. So what I did though is I cut the wire first so I can get the box end of the wrench over it, because you don't want to use the open end because you'll just round it off. So I'm going to cut that wire right there and then and get a wrench on it. So we'll see what happens. Is unclip the wire, and it's on this. Let's see if I can get it out of here. Where are you stuck in? Oh God, why are you stuck there? Here, you see this white clip up here? There's a little bracket that this plug, oh no, it broke off. I got to get that out of there. And then where it plugs into is right here. So you just push on this tab, squeeze that tab real hard, and then it'll come apart. But I got to pull this plastic part out of this white bracket here, because the new one came with this, that this plug hangs onto. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut the wire right here so that I can get my wrench over this, because it obviously won't fit over that. So let me get a wrench on here and I'll get back to you in a minute. Now, let's see if I can hook you here. I can't hook you anywhere. It sucks. Now what I'm going to do is get my wrench. That's all I was using. It's just a 7/8 box end wrench. Now, I have longer ones, but the longer ones come in contact with everything. You kind of got to get it tucked up in here. So right now I'm just trying to figure out. Let's see if I can put you down here. Can you see? Yeah, you can. I'm sure you can see that. So what I want to do here is get the wrench on. Get a lot of crap in my face. So that one there. Now then, if I have it here, so I'm looking to see. I haven't heated this up yet. When I have it heated up, I gotta get this wrench on here. I think that might be too. I just need to get one. Yeah, I got like an inch there, so that's gonna work. All I need to get the heat on it. Just testing to see what I'm gonna do once I get it heated up. But I got the wrench on here, and I got about like an inch and a half, maybe an inch from here to the frame here, and that should give me enough to get that broken loose, because it only takes a little bit. Once it pops loose, then I can go tackle it with the open end, and I got room for that. So right now I want to take the wrench off, and then I'm going to heat this flange right here. I'm going to heat right there, get that hot, and then spray it with PB Black. Spray right here with PB Blaster, and it sucks right into this opening here. Does two things. It'll cool the metal super quick, and that usually breaks the bond of rust. And then it'll also lubricate the threads. It'll get drawn in, kind of like solder. It'll get drawn in, and then lubricate the threads. So I'm gonna go ahead and heat that with my propane, and then spray it down and turn you back on in a second. Actually, you know what? Maybe I can hook you up here. Can you see? Let me see. Not sure you can actually see what I'm working at, but you'll understand what I'm doing here at least. Trying to be careful. There's some hoses or wires above this, but they're wrapped up. Oh, the transmission lines. They're wrapped up in heat tape. So I'm just trying not to get too much heat right at them. And then I'm just going to heat this up for, I don't know, a minute, 45 seconds to a minute. And then the PB Blaster. You're obviously going to heat up the sensor when you're doing this, but you want to focus the heat on the bung that it screws into, because you want that metal to expand and not the sensor itself. I won't be able to get red hot with propane, but I can get it real hot, just not red. was a minute or so. And now I'm going to spray this and try to stay clear because it'll shower down on me. It's hot. Okay, that should be enough. Now, grab this wrench. See if I can't get it cracked loose. Leverage though. Oh God, that's tight. Oh, nope. Can't get that one loose yet. I'm gonna need more heat. I'm gonna need more heat. So let me, wow, that is tight. Let me see if there's another way I can get on here to create more leverage. You know, a longer, ouch, that's hot. A longer, obviously, wrench would work. You know what? You know what? Let me get the longer one. Maybe I can do it from the outside here. Turn you back on in a minute. Right, I got the longer one. This thing's 14 inches long here. Gotta put it on this way. So, oop, going all the way. Oh, got it. Got it. Nice. Okay. Perfect. Now you can use the box or the open end to get in here. But it's finger tight now. Of course, it's boiling hot, but it is finger tight. So I'm going to wait till this cools down a little bit. I'm going to wait till it cools down a little bit and then just spin it out. And then in the meantime, I'll work on getting that plastic doohickey out of there. So I'll turn you back on in a couple minutes. What I had to pull out, it's just sticking down through there. Came off. How's it come off? It must just clip in. But anyways, I got it out, so no big deal. I will just wait for this to cool down and get it out. It's still hot, but I got it. I can grab it by the wire here. Give it a couple more turns. Don't drop it on me. And then I got the old one out. So let's, you see there's a crush washer on there? New one's got a crush washer, and I just tighten it up until you can feel the crush washer squishing, and then when it gets up hard against the exhaust, just give a little bit of a grunt, and that's it. So let's install the new one. Switch back over here. But there's a new one. Get it up here. Now I'll take the cap off. There. Try not to touch the sensor at all. Good. Get it in the hole. Get it started. Ooh, the exhaust is still hot. See is my arm, but you can see the crush washer, a little silver line between the exhaust and the hex head there. I'm gonna just tighten this down until that's squished. I'm gonna put you out of the way for this though, because I need to get my arms in there. Squished as I can get it. So now I gotta plug the two into each other. Who's here? Who's here? Nobody. Let me see if I can do this. Camera. Can you see up there? You probably can until I do this. But that's where you're gonna be. So if I remember, this was over the top of this hose here. Yeah, like this. Because it was a pain to get through there. Like that. Okay, and then I gotta hook it to here. You only go in one way, so just make sure you get it started that way. Oop, get in there. And then, nice click. Okay, then the whole thing goes up here. And whew, arms are just not narrow, thin enough to get up in there. You see what I'm dealing with? That white clip. That white clip here. I can't get my hand. I can't get my hand around. I can't get my hand around here to get this in. Oh, that's gonna be a nightmare. Let me think. I'm gonna hold that plastic thing with something. Let me think. I'll get back to it. It started. I got it started. There. Alright, now I'm gonna just grab a long pair of needle nose, I think. And try to grab the whole thing. Squish it on there. See how that works. Well, I'm under here though. Feel around. Feel around. See if there's any movement. And my universals. Because there is no grease fittings on them. Oh, they're nice. They're nice and tight. Okay. Enough of that. Ooh, look at that. Should probably pull apart that power wire on the starter and clean it, because that's green. I'm procrastinating because I haven't figured out how I'm going to get that squeezed on there. I'll get back to you in a minute. I got it. Only got 2 clicks, but not 4 or 5 or whatever it is, but I got it in there. So we're good. I'm going to go fire up the truck and see if it runs better. Yeah, that reminds me. I made an awesome video the other day replacing this seat skin. I have this, the old from 2011. You can see how it's all coming apart. And then the middle is this weird kind of, I don't know, snakeskin looking stuff. Well, I couldn't find that, which, I'm alright with it. So I'm just getting the black leather, and I think it's great. So I'm going to redo that one in the backs of both of these, and I'll probably let the back of the truck go, but I think I'm going to do that. So keys, if I were keys, where would I be? Hang on, be right back. So hopefully we don't have a check engine light. Oh, check engine light. Good. In gear it would be surging between 500 and 1,000, just kind of bouncing, and then it would sputter and then drop below 500, and then my lights would come up on the dashboard and it would stall. Sometimes it would stall, sometimes it would just turn on the check engine light and then it would stall, but it seems to be good now. So it looks like that was the proper repair. So yeah, what are we looking like over here? Ooh, got some stuff. That's why they tell you to wear safety glasses, right? Anyways, that'll do it for this one. So please comment, rate, subscribe. We got up there a little bit of stuff. Comment, rate, subscribe, and have a great day.